Hello, wonderful people. This is your guy Forsen. This is a new week, and I strongly believe that each and everyone is doing wonderfully well. I welcome you once again to my guitar lessons channel. This is a channel that can help you to learn the guitar at your comfort zone by yourself. Today we are going to look at our fifth lesson, which is the fourth part of our fingering. During our previous lesson, I told you we are going to have 4 types of fingering. We've looked at the part 1, the part 2, the part 3. Today we are going to look at the final one, which is the part 4. Before I move on to the main lesson, I once again kindly ask you to subscribe this channel. You share the link to your friends, anybody you think that he or she might be interested in learning the guitar. Also, after subscribing, you click on the notification bell to get an alert anytime I upload a new lesson. Also, give a thumbs up to the video if you like the video. Your comments, your suggestions are also highly welcome on this channel. And if today happens to be the first time you are watching my video and you've not watched our previous lesson, don't worry. I'll leave all the links to our previous lessons in the description below this video. Now back to the main lesson. This lesson is also called the finger per fret, but the only difference is that this one we call it the finger per fret with hammering. It means that you are going to deal with the same 4 fingers and the same 4 frets, but this time you play on one string and the other string you hammer on it. So this is how it goes. And this one too, you can decide on any fret that you want to start with. You can you, the guitarist or the person learning the finger, you can decide to do it on any fret on the board. So this one I have decided to use the 3rd fret as usual. So I'm going to use the 3rd fret as my first fret. It means my first finger will handle the 3rd fret, my second will handle the next one, my ring will handle the next one, my pinky will handle the 4th fret, depending on where you start from. So this is the 1st fret, and these are the 4th fret I'm going to use with this same 4 fingers. Yes, and as to how you are going to pick this one, the picking is also, we pick downwards. You pick downwards like what we did in the first lesson. So the picking is downwards. So this is how the whole thing is done. We are starting from the 3rd fret with our first finger. So, and as usual, we are going to start with the low E string. So our first finger on the 3rd fret on the low E string. And then you move to the 2nd fret, depending on where you start from, with your ring finger. So this is how the whole thing is done. This is the diagram I want to show you. This is the finger and the 4 frets you are going to deal with. So first you deal with this. First you deal with these 2. That is the first finger and the ring finger on their frets. It means that the 2nd finger and the pinky will not be working when these 2 fingers are working. So this is how it's done. First you deal with these 2. When you are done with these 2, then you deal with these 2. You deal with the 2nd finger and the pinky finger. So let's see the diagram on the board. This is the 4th fret you are going to deal with. So first you deal with these 2, the 3rd fret and the 5th fret, depending on where you start. So the 3rd fret and the next 2 frets, depending on where you start from. So it will be like this. So you see the 2nd finger and the pinky are out. Yes. So when you are done with this, then these 2 fingers, the first and the ring finger, will be out. Then the pinky and the 2nd finger will be working. So it goes like, now we are starting from here with our first finger on the low E string. So you press on the 3rd fret with your first finger on the low E string, and then your ring finger will hammer on its frets on the same string. So 1, 2, the one you press on it, but the two you hammer. That's how it goes. And the trick is that don't let the sound go down before you hammer. So you do the same thing to the next string. You do the same thing. The same. Then you go back. So we are done with this. Now the next fingers will be the second finger on its fret and the pinky. So that is that. This one looks simple, but with continuous, if you don't practice it very well, it will be difficult for you, especially when you are dealing with the second finger and the pinky. So I'll go again. You watch me carefully. So this is what the fourth part of the fingering is about. This is what we call the finger per fret with hammering. It means you play on one fret on one string, but the second or the next finger you will not press on it, you just hammer on it. Yes. As I said, don't let the sound goes down before you hammer. So let's see the diagram again. Depending on whichever fret you start with, you are going to deal with these four fingers with 4 frets. So first you deal with these two. First you deal with these two, your first finger and your ring finger. So it means the second finger is out. It means you are not going to play on the frets that is working on the second finger. So the second finger is out with its frets, and the pinky is also out with its frets. So when you are done with these two fingers, the first and the second, then they also go out with their frets. Then we deal with the second finger and the pinky. So first is the first finger and the ring finger. First finger and the ring finger with their frets. When you are done with them, they also go out. Then you deal with the second finger and the pinky finger. Yes, so surely you are dealing with 4 frets with 4 fingers, but you deal with them in pairs. Yes, and don't forget, if you are dealing with the first finger and the ring finger, you press on the fret with your first finger, but the ring finger and its fret, you not press, you just hammer on it. You just hammer on it. The same way with the second finger and the pinky. The second finger will press on it. You will not let the sound goes down, then the pinky will hammer on its fret and its string. So I'll play again for the last time, then you watch it. Okay. So that's all that we are going to do for today. Keep practicing, and then don't go for speed. Just make sure that you are on the right path. You are pressing, you are playing the right string, the right fret, the right finger. Just go slowly, and then the speed will come by itself. Don't forget the picking, it's downwards. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you for following the channel. Thank you for sharing the channel. Again, your comments, your suggestions are also welcome. Subscribe, click the notification bell, give a thumbs up if you like the video, comment on the video. Have a nice week. Goodbye.